Good morning, students. We studied many facts regarding the megalith culture and after that Satvahana kingdom, and after Satvahana's three main kingdoms which were flourished after Satvahanas. And today's lecture is the last lecture of this chapter, and we will study the combined fact of these three kingdoms on the different titles. Just listen carefully. Administration in the southern kingdoms. Now, the administrative qualities or good points of these kingdoms. Firstly, the territory during the period of Southern Kingdom was divided into 5 geographical zones. According to the geographical condition, the people of Southern Kingdom divided their land on three categories. They were hills and forest, one category. Second category, pasture lands, means where which were used for the uh, animals, domestic animals. And thirdly, fertile land, which were used for agriculture purposes. Next, coastal land. You all observe that all the three kingdoms had coastal line, so that's why the take care of that line was also important. And lastly, arid land, means which were abandoned for the for to gain fertility. All these 5 sections were present during these kingdoms. And king was assisted and advised by a council of ministers. Which rulers, we have studied different kingdoms and their rulers, they had a council of ministers, means a group of ministers which were advised and also consulted the king. But king is free to do anything. He can just listen the advice of these minister, but he is not bound to follow the advice of the ministers. Means king were considered as the person which were sent by God. Next, the kings of different kingdoms maintained a large army of soldiers, horses, elephants, etc. And now many facts about the society and religion. Society was caste ridden. These uh, this fact were shown by our archaeologists, which burial sites they found, they are according to ranked society. Means if a person belong from higher caste or rich category of the society, and they had different type of burial sites with rich utensils and things, so they decided society was caste ridden, and the Brahmins and Kshatriyas dominated the other class. You have studied in first term 4 main classes were present in India: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Next, temples were the center of worship as well as the administration, cultural, and meetings place to solve the problems. Uh, During this period, temples were used for administration or discussion, and also the cultural events were happen there, and meeting regarding the any matter which were of society, related with society, were held here. And of course the temples were the center of worship, and also I must say educational centers, as the educational center were also uh, in same manner temple were used of the southern kingdom. And people worshipped God Vishnu and God Murugan, Kartike, in the North India, we are familiar with the name of Kartikeya. Some people followed Buddhism and Jainism. I already told you three main religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. The people of South India loved music, dance, and poetry. Many poetic verses we have found. They celebrated fairs and festivals. And now the occupation. Agriculture was the main occupation of India, of South India, and not only in ancient time, in fact in the present time, agriculture is the main occupation of India. And the people used plowshare, sickle, and other tools for cultivation, for harvesting, and they grew rice, sugarcane, pulses, spices, or you can say these were the main crops which were grown by the people. And king built canals for irrigation. And land revenues and trade were the important sources of state income. All three kingdoms had trade relations with many countries like Egypt, Rome, Arab, Malaya, and China. Muziris was the important trade center of Chola Empire. Kaveri Patnam was the important center of Pandyas, and Korzai was the important center of Cheras. These kingdoms exported pearls, precious stones, textiles, and ivory. Ivory means the product which were made by the teeth of elephant. And these kingdoms imported copper, tin, glass, wine, gold, and silver. All these items were purchased by the kingdom rulers. I hope all the points are clear to you regarding the Meghalith culture or three kingdoms and Satvana Empire. If you face any problem, you can ask, and this chapter must be, I hope so, appear to you interesting, and in the coming lectures I will start the new chapter. Thank you and have a nice day.